Welcome to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
Welcome back to VIU's Gymnasium here in Nanaimo for the gold medal match, the 2017 Women's Provincial Volleyball Championships on Shaw TV Sports. Hello, my name is Arturo, joined again by VIU alumna Tamara Rosenlund. Welcome back, Tamara.
Thanks for having me.
So our gold medal match today, Douglas College versus your alma mater, VIU. So start with Douglas College. Leadership is so important to get through a gold medal match, and there are two very excellent leaders on Douglas College's side.
Yeah, definitely. Their captain, their fifth-year leader, she's an incredible player out on the outside, and their coach, getting Coach of the Year. I mean, your biggest leader is your coach, and so I think they've got a good arsenal ready for today's game in the finals.
Now, in the interest of being open and transparent, there's a slight bias with my co-host because the all-star on VIU is your sister.
That is correct. So I'm very excited to be here for her, but also to watch some good volleyball today.
So can I ask you to try and be objective? If you were to give your objective analysis of VIU, what are their chances here in this match against Douglas College?
Very good. They've been in this position many times last year in the finals. You know, they were national championships last year. So I think that they have a great chance, and they really know what it means to play in these pressure cooker matches. So they have a great lineup, a great squad. It's a team game, and all 6 and 7 of their starting lineup are great players. So I think that they have a great shot at taking the medal tonight.
Excellent. Completely balanced coverage here for VIU versus Douglas College. Let's see the players during their introductions and get ready for the gold medal match. Handshakes done. Tamara, we are ready for the gold medal to be handed out at the 2017 PACWEST Provincial Volleyball Championships. Douglas College in their grays, VIU Mariners in their blue. VIU starting on our broadcast right, Douglas College starting on our broadcast left. Starting lineups, in case you missed it just earlier. For VIU, Kayla Wagner, Megan Rosenlund, Katie Hegland, Amanda Dobbin, Chantal Cumming, and Andrea Kankovic, with Kelsey Hutt as their libero. For Douglas College, Claudia Corneal, Juliana Penner, Vanya Oliveira, Vicky Schley, Autumn Davidson, Jane Kepler, and Georgia Hurry. The libero there was Vicky Schley.
Ladies, can we just make sure the bottles are on?
We've got a good crowd out here today already. Just everyone's getting here early, and the men's match is later on tonight with the host team as well. Pretty special to have both host teams playing in both respective finals. So that's exciting for Nanaimo and for VIU.
Nothing like a good home crowd to push on the home side, hopefully. And it will be the home side, VIU, starting things off. And there's the serve. And we are underway for the gold medal match. And the block from VIU gets things started. Big stuff on the tip attempt. VIU takes the lead. First blood, 1-0.
Already some good net play. That was a tight set, and VIU was right there. Big hands over the net.
Chantal Cumming, third-year setter, starting things off for VIU. A little dump there, and looks like a net violation there. And it will go over to Douglas College, 1-1.
Oh, Douglas got lucky there. The setter kind of pushed that set over the net a little too tight in the middle, missed it. But once it's over the net, now it's the other team's chance to make that error.
And for Douglas College, it will be Jane Kepler starting things off, the setter. Also capable of playing on the right side. Rivera bumps up. There's the set. Great dig, though, by Wagner. It's over. And called again for the net. 2-1 Douglas College.
Got a lot of net play again, just kind of like our bronze medal match. Lots of tight passes. I think players are a little anxious, so things are getting a little bit tighter. Hopefully it'll kind of calm down and pull it off the net and a little bit cleaner play.
It'll be at least 3 sets, so plenty of time to sort this out, get their nerves under control. In the middle, great dig up there by libero, Cornell. And that will go the way of VIU for a double hit.
Great dig by Cornell. Tough set to make on the outside when it's coming in that fast.
Andrej Kankovic. Second-year power. One of the international students playing in this game, Croatian. Great dig though, set up by Kepler, brought down, great dig up by Hutt. It'll be over for a free ball. Cornell, nice touch, popped it right back up. Good rally here, off the block, still live, still Douglas's ball. Can they get an attack? They will, a tip, great tug back up by Cumming. To the outside. Back there by Rosenlund. Ends up working in the end.
Great, she's there kind of tracking the ball and making sure that she's there in case that came over, it did, and it goes straight down.
Alert play there at the net by Wagner and Hegland.
Great rally there, lots of digs on both sides, both liberos picking up the ball great.
3-2 Mariner lead. Quick set, popped back up, awkwardly taken.
Off the shoulder.
By Hutt. It's over and popped back up though. The quick net play, the quick center set seems to be the favorite weapon of attack here for Douglas. Now they go outside. Easily dealt with by VIU. Hutt. From power, but not inside. Had some juice on it, but not inside the lines of play. 3-all.
We have some good volleyball here, lots of contacts on each side, some really great digs. Both teams are attacking offensively really strong.
It's almost like we're watching a gold medal match. Hutt does well to deal with that. Coming. The back row with authority, Juliana Penner.
That is such an offensive weapon that they have in Douglas, running that fast set play pipe. That's when the back player comes and has a back row attack, but as not a breakout play, as an offensive play.
Looked amazing. And finished well. And some net play as well. Offense and defense humming early for Douglas College. Vicky Schley and Georgia Hurry getting up big to stuff the VIU attack.
Tough to get it past Georgia. She's a big block right in the middle. She's definitely one of their go-to blockers.
Taken up. Rosenlund off the block and out. Goes the way of VIU.
Hitters are attacking the ball hard right now. No tips. Everyone's got no mercy. I like watching these big plays and big kills.
Katie Hegland, second-year middle blocker out of Langley. Good low serve. And a big block, but it falls out of bounds.
Great block by VIU. Almost recovered on by Douglas. A little nick and just not quite enough to resave and send it back over.
There's the touch right there. Just a whiff at it there as it goes past there by Dania Oliveira. Set is to the outside. Good night. What a strike.
That's an excellent play. Their libero delivers that ball perfectly to the setter, and the setter, because this pass was set up so perfectly, leaves a one-on-one block for their right side hitter, and she's got some big hops on that right side, hitting it OT down the line.
Dania Oliveira, the other international player in this match, Brazilian out of CE Triangulo. And VIU evens it back up, 6-all in the first set.
Same thing here at play, sending it quick back to the right side player who gets that attack before the blocker's hands are up there.
Good bump there by Hutt, keeps it up. Rosenlund tries to tip, but she is stuffed cold by Autumn Davidson.
That's
nothing doing there.
higher over the block if she wants to beat number 8 in the middle there. Tough play when the set's that tight. Great dig by Hutt right around the block.
And the idea was right too, but a little bit of height is all it was needed. You can see here, great reflexes to stop that little tip. Rosenlund again, looks long, hits the line, hits the corner.
Those deep shots, I think, you know, we talked about it in the bronze medal match, but in any game, that's what's open, and those are the ones that are difficult for the back row player to troll both sides, so that's a great shot on both ends.
Rosenlund will now go to the service line. Great block at the net by Dobbin. To back row. Dealt with nicely by Rosenlund. Throw again, dug up by Cornell. Back row again. They are going to Penner on the back row time and again. Big block up front. Jane Kepler standing beside Autumn Davidson in the middle. No way through.
Autumn's a great presence there in the middle as well. When Georgia gets in the back row, they definitely have two strong middles with big hands up there to get the hands on their ball.
Schley. Forward. The quick set and dump Davidson.
You know, it's tough when you send a free ball over. That's kind of what you expect to get back. It's some sort of miscommunication error there. Lots of back row attacks we're seeing in this game already.
Not afraid to use every part of the court to attack from our Douglas College, and it's paying off early. And that one, speaking of every part of the court, how about the part with the line on it? Another excellent job picking the corner by VIU.
Both teams are doing a great job establishing the middle, and now blockers are having to stay and wait for that middle attacker. A great attack from Douglas a point ago, and a great attack from the middle on VIU.
Amanda Dobbin. Kepler, little dump. And they will indeed count it for Douglas. There might have been an early whistle on that, but regardless, 10-8, Douglas College Royals. Davidson, Hutt, coming, blocked. Coming again. Off the block goes Andrea Kankovic.
Andrea has so much power. That's really what she looks for in a lot of her attacks, is kind of working on that tool, right? Like I said, it doesn't have to be straight down. As long as you get someone's hands, you're getting that point.
Coming, looks to the side, but she's too far wide on that one. And it'll go straight back to Douglas College.
Seemed a little bit rushed there. She kind of went right as the whistle went.
Jane Kepler, setter for Douglas. Back to serve. Dealt with by Hutt. Coming. Dug up there. Good swing by Wagner. And again, still live. Hutt puts it to the far side. Again, dug up. Good job by Cornell. Little tip, touched, still live. Kankovic. Need some help, but they'll get an attack out of it. Off the block. Wagner!
Wow.
Off the block.
Such an excellent rally. Lots of great touches from the block. Some really, really great defensive plays on both sides. Chantel coming, picking up a lot off the net, off the block there. And as you can see, the liberos coming in and stepping and taking those second balls once the setter takes it, and it opens up the three-player offense again.
Excellent player rotation being shown off here. Oh, and an ace! There was a miscommunication there on the Douglas side. They weren't entirely sure and opted to leave it. And Kankovic gets the first ace of the night.
To tie the match here, 11-11, great serve.
Two even teams, even scoreline in the first set. Out wide, great defense, and it's in!
Gosh.
What a defensive play by Hutt!
Wow, off of the chest, but that just shows you if you're in the right position, you're gonna get the dig, regardless if it's back up on your side. And she was there, she read it, whether or not it came off her arms. That's what you look for in a libero, someone that's just gonna get down and be in the right place at the right time.
VIU back in front. Kepler. Rosenlund doesn't wait. They come right back over. Coming. Sets middle. Blocked, but it falls.
Excellent execution by both hitters. Power hitter hitting the ball enough to get that free ball back, and Chantel running that middle play to Katie was really smart. In a broken play like that, you want to force the middle in order to not have them have the other side have enough time to regroup.
Pinkovic awkwardly picked up there by Penner. And under the serving of Pinkovic, VIU has opened up a bit of a lead. They've fallen behind a bit. It was even for a while now, 14-11 VIU.
2 aces already back there on their first rotation.
That was by Cornell. And that's a fantastic spike up the middle by Georgia Hurry.
Georgia unleashed on that ball. We've got some very strong middles in the conference right now. That was a tack line, and she was ready for it. A great play and a great return from Pinkovic's serve.
Hegland a bit late on the jump there, but even if she wasn't, not a lot she could do. Hurry was all over that. Just like Wagner's all over that.
It right back. This is an entertaining game.
No mistaking Michaela Wagner, the right-sider.
Great play by Chantel to push that all the way back to set, and she was there. Blockers, if the Douglas blockers had enough time, that would have been straight down on the other side, but she sneaked it through and trying to hit that attack line again.
Sneaky stuff, and Hegland awkwardly taken by Cornell. It's still live in the back row and long. Douglas College still not afraid to use that back row. But the accuracy on that one, not their best, and they will call a timeout down 16-12 in the first set.
I think, the first part of the match was point for point, and it came to that tie around 11-11. And VIU stepped up their serving right now, and it's putting Douglas in a little bit more trouble, which enables VIU to set up their big block, and that's what we're seeing right now. Not the greatest passes and the big blocks on both sides, but both teams are gearing to play today.
Fantastic rallies, excellent work on both ends of the ball, and I hope we get to see that fantastic Diggs scored point by Kelsey Hutt.
Oh yeah. Juliana on Douglas she's ready to play. She's their veteran player, and she's coming out of the back row and the front row, very offensively strong.
Two excellent teams, highly seeded, containing no small number of all-stars. Chantal Cummings, setter for VIU, second-team all-star. Kayla Wagner, first-team all-star. Megan Rosenlund, first-team all-star and player of the year. And on Douglas, Kepler and Oliveira are on the all-rookie team. Penner, a first-team all-star. As you mentioned off the top, Jeff Ross, their coach, head coach of the year. No shortage of talent, no shortage of leadership.
These are really the top two teams in the conference, so it's great that we see them both in the finals. And the last time they played each other, Douglas 1-3, and the next day VIU 1-3, so it's really anyone's game.
That was on February 11th. VIU winning in 3 off the block, kept alive, Cumming. Looks outside, there's Rosenlund off the block, still alive, Pinkovic. Cumming in the middle, off the tip, kept alive. Cornell outside, kept up. And can they keep it in? It's a good attempt from Douglas, but Michaela Wagner drills that one from the right. 17-12.
Great rally again on both sides. Defense picking up a lot of stuff, and we're seeing a lot of those short hits straight down attack line. Wagner hits that deep court and is successful.
Katie Hegland, right at Cornell. Dug up. Up to Wagner again. It'll be VIU ball. Coming. Rosenlund off the block. Can Douglas keep this one in? No, it will be VIU's 18-12.
Great digs on Douglas' side. Unfortunate, they're just getting a little too tight. Hard to control that second contact. They really need it to be nice and high in the middle in order to execute and come back.
Hegland on a good run here. She keeps it going. Cornell. Kepler. Great power, and that will indeed catch the line. Vicky Schley.
Great set by the setter there. She kind of had, her power hitter only had one blocker, so she had all that room to swing away and got that deep shot. Which is a great shot, just on the inside hand of the blocker.
Just over. Now it's a free ball for Douglas from the back row. Out. Point for VIU.
Strategic placement on that free ball. Andrea's facing the other way, but once you plop it into the area where the setter is, it causes a little bit confusion because they're penetrating to the net, and it clogs up that area, which in order, then you can push it outside. They kind of know what's coming.
Wagner, serve, off the ground. Vanya Oliveira.
Vanya getting very high on her attack, hitting on top of the blocker's hands. Once they run that attack on the offside quicker, she gets over those hands, no problem.
And her reward for that effort is to be subbed off for Linnea Carr. Good serve by Carr, her first action since coming in. But it just means that Amanda Dobbin has free reign to pound that down the middle.
You know, you see there with that excellent pass by Kankovic, you can run your offense anywhere, and Dobbin was ready in the middle. Excellent 30 executed cross court there with the kill.
There's the serve. They call it in. It looked like it had gone past the line, and indeed the libero for Douglas had called it out. Unfortunately, she's not the one with the flag in her hand. And it's an ace for Rosenlund. 21-14.
Tough serving this game. Lots of spin serves and jump floats.
This time Cornell has it. Out to Kepler. And that's a fantastic kill from Schley. Vicky Schley, no mistake.
Kepler running that fast offense on the outside too. You see the set gets brought down a little bit, and the power hitter's there to attack and just slide it by those hands again.
And there it is, right through the seam of the block too, as we saw in the replay. Cumming looks over to Wagner, and that one will not stay in. Risky business, always aiming for the corner. Not a lot of room for error when you're that far out. Good block though by Douglas to force her to go high. And Schley gives it right back.
We've got the vuvuzelas going off in the gym. Maybe that was a factor in the missed serve.
Nothing like a friendly crowd or a hostile crowd, depending on which side you fall on. And a couple of subs here for VIU. Amanda Dobbin coming out of the game. Shelby Dorman-Banks checking in. And Dorman-Banks will take this serve. Puts it over. Great block there. Still live though. They'll try again. Same idea, but Rosenlund's there to dig it up. Cumming puts it up. Saved by Cornell. Live. Off the block. Almost a miscommunication there as the two Douglas players came together, but it works out.
Great play using the hands on the outside, but like I said, both sides, you get, the late block and their noodles in the air, and you kind of use them to your advantage.
Davidson. She's done great things in the middle for Douglas so far in this set. And while she did well with the serve, doing better was Andrea Kankovic. Off the block and in.
Again, she just goes for power. She wants to just muzzle it right through, and she's getting a lot of those tags.
23-17. First set. And Kepler is once again serving up. Wonderful balls for her strikers to take care of.
Excellent swing by Penner. She sees the line open and drops her hand, and she nails it down the line. No one's there. That's going to be really successful for her if she can use that.
Vanya Oliveira checking back into the game. Nothing she can do there but watch. Her teammate sends that ball out. 24-18, set point VIU.
Strong server back there for this potential set point.
Kankovic went on a great run to open this lead up. A little too enthusiastic that time. And it will go over to Douglas.
It's always tough on game point. Do you want to be serving or do you want to be receiving? Because now you get first attack.
Right. Hutt does well to get there. Cumming goes to the outside. Wagner's there. Great block. Second effort from Hutt is good. Rosenlund popped up. Kepler is there. Schley hits the wall, pops it up. It's set up. It'll be a free. Kovic coming. Rosenlund off the block. Still alive.
Great dig by the setter.
And over, and they'll get it. Schley does well to get the point. Fantastic defending there from Douglas College.
Great rally. Douglas remained really calm. You know, the setter made a really offhanded dig, but that's perfect. All you need is a touch, right? That first contact can be anything.
Still set point VIU, 24-20. Rosenlund can't pick the corner that time. 24-21. Douglas College not keen to see this set end so quickly. And timeout called by VIU.
Douglas is doing a great job staying calm under pressure. I mean, they've been at set point for the last 3-4 points already, and they got a good server, confident server, fifth-year leader on their team, keeping them in the game. So their team is staying calm with her leadership.
We've seen a good number of plays from both teams here, especially at the net. Teams seem to be favoring those quick setups.
Wow, that play.
She's been setting a great game as Jane Kepler, first-year setter out of Surrey. Already looking like a poised veteran as she runs the offense for her side.
Douglas is, Jeff has done a great job with this crew. Douglas used to be, you know, back when I played, not super strong, and their program has grown so much. You know, they had a different coach last year who kind of brought them to this step, and he's been able to step in and do a great job with these girls.
First year coach of the year. What more needs to be said? We already saw the Douglas men pull out an amazing come-from-behind victory in 5 sets to win bronze today. The women will be leaving with at least silver. I'm sure they would love to leave with gold, though they'll need to serve slightly better than that.
Tough one. I think that's what we saw in the bronze medal match. The match point was the spin serve out. It's a lot of pressure, but you got to hand it to the head coach on VIU. He calls that timeout. You can almost say that was his point, you know, put it down on the stat sheet. Douglas did a great job coming back into that game, though, and really put a lot of pressure on VIU to step up their game. You know, if that serve went over, who knows whose game could it have been.
In our previous match, Dave Nelson, who was running color, referred to those as a coach's assist.
Yes, absolutely. Coach's assist. You can't, as a coach, you feel pretty helpless because you can't be out there doing everything, but you can do as much as you can in calling a timeout or noticing an error on the other side. So luckily they have, you know, a veteran coach like Shane. He's been in this position many times and knows what it's like to coach in a final.
While the teams talk strategy, figure out what worked and what didn't, we'll take a very short break. Enjoy some of the highlights from this first set. There were plenty of them. And when you're finished looking at those, we'll be ready to go to the second set in the gold medal match of the 2017 PACWEST Women's Volleyball Championships. Don't go anywhere. And as we get ready to start this second set, the gold medal match, teams switch sides. VIU in the blue kits to our broadcast left, Douglas College in the gray to our right.
An amazing first set. It's definitely going to be a battle for the final, and I know Douglas is going to be coming back real hard right now, but some amazing highlights.
Let's see if we can generate a few more. I think the teams can figure that one out. But probably more than a few highlights to come. First point goes to Douglas College. That kill attempt just a little bit long.
Good pass from the Mariners, good set, just unlucky. She swung hard and right through the back.
Kepler, the setter, puts it high. Really played that to Kelsey Hutt at the very last second, realized, wait a minute, I should leave that.
Those are the ones I was telling you in the bronze medal match. Once they're too hard to pass, they're probably out, or at least that's what they're hoping.
And in that case, as it was in the bronze medal match, it was the correct call. No chance here for Kepler, but it goes over. VIU ball, and VIU point on a net fault.
No, couldn't really tell that she was on the net. That was awkward, though. It didn't look like Rosalind was ready on the outside for that to even come over.
Andrea Kinkovic. She's been on a great run of service in the first set, really opened up that lead. She's picked up right where she's left off, another ace.
You know, in the women's game, if you have a tough spin serve, it's hard to pass. You see a lot of float serves, and that's what you're used to passing, especially if you have a team where you don't have a spin server on it. You're not practicing it during the weeks, and Andrea has a great spin serve. Puts teams in trouble.
Got by Cornell. Dumped right back over.
Like I was saying in that bronze match, there were a lot of those overbump opportunities for teams, and you hate to see the team squash an opportunity like that. And Katie definitely didn't. She was ready and put it right down.
4-1 Mariners. What can the Royals muster here? To the outside, a massive block is all that awaits them. Wagner and Hagelin putting up a blue wall.
Perfectly positioned. Watch them watching the hitter. It was a little inside set. They took that adjusting step. Both solid block, hands in the air. Great wall, the great wall.
The great blue wall of Nanaimo. Has a nice ring to it. So does the power from Douglas College.
There we go. We have that fast offense that Kepler runs, and the outside hitter there just getting so high on the ball and getting there before the blocker's hands are there. She's going to be successful every time she does that.
Juliana Penner, she's been likely successful for the last 5 years. She is a fifth-year student. Knows how to score points on the left side. Unfortunately for Douglas, not able to score from the line of service. And it's right back over to VIU. Katie Hagelin to serve this one. Just over. Bit of the net still alive. And a valiant effort there.
Great hustle by Penner on the backcourt. It's so hard to get that ball momentum moving forwards when you're moving backwards and the ball moving backwards. Great serve by Hagelin.
Hagelin again. Cornell. Kepler.
Great box
into
out.
the block. Popped up. Coming. Thank you very much, Michaela Wagner.
Wagner is such an offensive weapon on the right side there. She gets really high, and she really nails that cross court. So if the middle blocker's hands aren't in perfect position, it's difficult for them to turn that back in, and you end up catching one of those sides of the hands. And once it trickles to your block, defense is so difficult to play.
On a relatively young VIU side, Wagner is one of 3, we'll call them veterans. She incoming third-year players, Rosalind a fifth year, everyone else second or first, as we look at some of the highlights.
You know, this is a really important match. I know that obviously a provincial final is important, but in the past years when nationals is not in town, both teams that play in the finals go to nationals. So as much as you know, your pride's on the line to win a provincial championship, you still have the rest of your season, and that's not the case for today. Camosun's the host in Victoria, and they're obviously not in the finals, so they have a berth as a host team. So today it really is only the winners that go to nationals. So it will be the end of someone's season, and I think that's really huge, because a lot of the time there's not as much pressure on this game.
Very true. And after that quick pep talk, teams back out onto the court. VIU with an early 6-point lead in this set. Hegland still serving.
Important to get that first serve in.
And that's going to be another net fault. Raised it a bit as she came down awkwardly over on the right side there. It was always going to be difficult.
I'm wondering what the percentage is of how many times someone's on the net when the ball's tight. It seems like more often than not they're losing the rally based on someone hitting the net, whether it doesn't matter which side.
And that's an excellent strike. Kepler setting it up again.
Right now, Vanya's their biggest weapon. She's been hitting it from the right side, hitting it from the outside when her serve receive is stacked over there, and she's been successful almost every single time.
First-year player, Vanya Oliveira. Serving here, it's Georgia Hurry, third-year player out of Summerland. And what a massive block.
Great block by number 8. She's had 2 really big blocks this game already.
Autumn Davidson has been a presence at the net for Douglas College. And with a 5-point deficit facing them, they're going to need her to continue being big. Quick setup, quick finish, and just like that, VIU take control back.
Dobbin's got 100% right now, hitting that 30 off of that play, and it's going to the same spot, kind of deep corners, and she's there quick. She's been successful with that.
And that one will go long. Unfortunate for coming. But it means Douglas College still only down by 5. Oliveira, who has been a weapon at the back. They will attempt to weaponize her, and will. Back row, Kinkovic, popped up. Kepler, outside, sliced cross court by Autumn Davidson.
Excellent play. They ran that really quick, and she was there for the step around that cross-court hit. You know, VIU's getting caught on their defense, kind of following the ball a little bit, and it opens up that one side of the court.
They needed a good rally to Douglas College, and they're getting it here. Oh, tried to be tricky there to Amanda Dobbin. Just couldn't get enough on that little flick to push it past the net.
Tough one on those. If she'd just gotten a little bit more, they call it the paintbrush, and that one normally always scores if it's going to get over the net, because no one knows what to do. Great serving by number 6, Vanya.
Curse of the commentator strikes again. At least
that.
for once it wasn't me, so thank you very much, Tamara Rosenlund. I appreciate that. And the other Rosenlund currently in this building. Back to serve. Can she get there in time? Can Hunt? No! Valiant effort. Not enough. Point again.
Juliana with the pass and the kill, and that's what they call actually a power hitter pass, is when they pass it just a little bit off the net so they know that they're the only person that can get set, and they get the ball again, and she puts it away. So if she keeps doing that, she can keep doing those power hitter passes.
Served again by Penner. Dobbin this time gets to it, but can't get the kill. Joust at the net. VIU there. Free ball pumped over by Wagner. Kepler outside. Davidson. She'll get it. Unconventional, but they all count in the end.
Again, that fast step around cross-court hit Dobbin in the head on the way down, but a good rally.
Autumn Davidson emerging as an excellent threat here for Douglas College as they have now narrowed the gap to 2. Back to 3.
Lots of adrenaline, I feel like, in the players. They get back to serve, and it's just they're a little overzealous and soaring them just a little bit too far out the back on both sides.
Well, given a choice between passionate and dispassionate, I'll take passionate any day of the week. Thanks for good entertainment, and both teams putting on a show for us here in this gold medal match.
Katie.
And try as they might, Doug was not quite able to save that one. VIU with the point.
Patrolling the net there, and you see, as you can see, they're setting Juliana in the back row again on that fast back row attack, which usually provides really successful.
Dobbin. And it's in! Amanda Dobbin, that's her first ace of the match.
The aces we've seen today have been on the line or very tough serves. It's not necessarily been an error on the other side. It's just been really forced, hard serves.
Not able to get that one over the net was Davidson. 15-9 VIU. Timeout called by Douglas College.
I think the key right now too is to me it seems like VIU's made more of their serves, whether they're harder or not. It at least keeps them in the game. Once you miss that serve, you lose momentum, especially in girls volleyball. And it's hurting Douglas a little bit.
Speaking of hurting, I'm so glad that those nets are padded. I would not want to be the one sliding shoulder first into it after a play.
Once it's a provincial championship final, you're running into the bleachers for anything, and into the standards, into the A-frames. Both teams showing a lot of heart right now.
And there we see Autumn Davidson and Vanya Oliveira doing their work on the right-hand side. Right-hand side has been the real source of power for Douglas. They've done some work up the middle, but mostly everything is going out far right. Do they like the matchup over there?
Absolutely. Vanya and Autumn are playing excellent on Douglas' side. Huge presence at the net. Really, really big block, and they're staying solid up there. I think also because the block's so big on that side, that's why VIU's reversing it. Wagner has a lot of attempts from the right side.
And with that, we are back in game. Teams return to the court. VIU serve Amanda Dobbin after her ace.
First year middle, it's tough to come in your first year. The speed of the game is so much quicker than it was at youth volleyball, and especially in the middle, all you do is run and jump. She's doing a great job.
Kepler sets up middle, blocked, VIU outside. Kankovic can't get through the block. Good block by Douglas College. Kepler there to help. And if it was an over, it's a free. No, it isn't. That was only 2 touches. Short. Picked up and well saved.
Great save by Cornell.
Cornell does so well there to keep it in. Coming into the wall, still live, but not for much longer. Outstanding defense from Douglas. Great defending at the net.
Excellent coverage on both sides. Cornell really putting in that effort, and that's what makes your team want to play harder, is when someone's going and getting that extra effort, getting that ball that you know, maybe one out of 5 times you're not going to get.
There'll be a free here. Very hard serve, but dealt with Kepler up short. The block is there, it's still live, it'll be another free. Barrow Hutt sending it over. Blocked at the net, still live. Hutt again does well to get it up, coming. The outside, Wagner's waiting. Right into the waiting arms of Penner.
Tough one when you make that dig and it's out of system, and as you're moving back, especially as a middle blocker, sometimes they don't have the best setting hands, and you're going to get called on those a little bit more often. VIU's lucky there. They gave that free ball over and ended up getting the point in the rally. It's not often that you send a free ball and the team doesn't side out right away.
16-10 Mariners. And serve. Will be attacked with authority by Juliana Penner.
Great shot, just dropping her outside pinky and slicing it into that #1 position.
They've actually reversed the decision.
Oh, wow. I think that the referee just held up the back row attack, so I can't quite recall in the rally whether it was the setter that penetrated the back row or one of the attackers. For those of you guys that don't know, if you step on the attack line, you're a back row player and break the plane of the net, you'll get called as a back row attack. Wow.
You're not going to break the net anytime you have Wagner and Hegland putting up a wall.
That's the Nanaimo wall.
Yes, it is. In full display there. Great swing, though, by Schley, but not able to find that seam. Both blockers there early and up tall, but they'll get the ball back anyway. And that side out, service goes long.
Sword out in a long facility like this, it catches one of those winds and it can kind of just keep carrying it depending on how much power you put into it.
So we can blame the air conditioning then, right?
Yeah.
Coming, got to Wagner. Wagner! No need to blame anyone there. Wagner with another great kill.
Wagner's being such a great offensive weapon on all sides of the net. She could probably go run a middle attack right now and be successful.
Almost there was Cornell, the libero. Only so much you can do, though. Schley. Coming, pops it up. Hutt. Wagner into the block. In the back row, Kankovic. Cornell is there. Riviera popped back up by Hutt. Coming. Rosenlund with a roll, saved. Kepler. Schley can't keep it in. The idea was there with the right-handed spike, try and get around the block cross court. Not able to keep that one in was Schley.
Schley, I think, being 5'8" and having that big block on the outside sometimes is tough. You really have to get around it or the diggers are going to be right there.
Spare a thought for us short people.
There we go. There's one of those overbumps and the middle's ready there to take it. Douglas needs to keep their passes a little bit off to run that quick offense.
VIU has not let any of those opportunities go to waste. Every single one of those overpasses have been punished. And that might be why VIU is currently up 21-11. Off the block, can't keep it live. And that'll go back to Douglas College.
Vanya just getting lots of height on that ball and able to play it off the inside blocker's hands, and Rosalind not there to pick it up.
Schley now back to serve. Gets it over. Coming. Rosenlund through the block, finds the seam. Good job by Cornell to get there, but not enough. That ball is spinning mightily. A lot of English on that one from Rosenlund. 10-point lead for VIU in the second set. And coming in now for VIU, Shelby Dorman-Banks will come in. Katie Hegland gets a much earned breather.
I think middles have it the best, so they get to come off, take a sip of water, same with liberos, and go back on.
I'm sure the outside hitters aren't jealous at all. Speaking of outside hitters, it's a great strike from Penner, but it's dug up from the back row. Kankovic popped back up. Kepler, short, and killing it with authority. Georgia, hurry.
Georgia, that looks like a little bit of a repeat from the first set. She has that straight down kill, and she passed it for her set. So the setter said, yes, thanks for the good pass. I'll give it right back to you.
Do good work, you shall be rewarded. And Georgia Hurry goes to the line to serve. Coming. Wagner off the block. That's a massive block. The double team from Olivia Chiaretti. I believe Autumn Davidson was beside her. Quick play there, but well defended by Douglas College. It's a free ball. Could have been a lot worse. Coming outside, Wagner blocked. Popped up again by Cumming. The back row, Kankovic. Kepler is there. Hurry over to Hutt. Cumming. Rosenlund blocked. Massive block. Autumn Davidson getting up with Vanya Oliveira.
They were ready. The set was inside and a little bit tight, and she was there, read the ball perfectly, and that was definitely her block to be had.
During the regular season, these teams split 2 wins, 2 losses each. They know each other well. So I know you're gonna get a good match when these teams show up, and we're getting one today. Outside of the antenna there was Rosenlund.
And here we are again, Douglas down, but fighting back. They definitely put the pressure on themselves a little bit to fight back in the end of this game. Maybe the next set they'll come out a little bit stronger in the beginning and not make it so tough.
Maybe they just like being down by 10 points. It's working for them now. They're only down by 5. And a big ace from Georgia Hurry. Penticton secondary grad out of Summerland, BC. And that'll be a timeout called by the Mariners, their first of the set, with 1 left.
It's funny to watch both sides. You know, they definitely have these swings and momentum, and Douglas is putting the heat on right now.
As we see here from some of the highlights, some of the work that they're doing. Georgia Hurry has certainly, we've said her name more than once in the last few rallies as she's come up big. Then again, there's
both
that big
middles
blue
for
wall.
Douglas are playing amazing. It really makes a difference when you have strong middles because it opens up the offense for the rest of your team. Even if the middles aren't getting set, they know that the middle blocker on the other side has to stay with them and watch them. Last year, VIU had a really strong middle, Tyler Turnbull, and it's nice to see that they've got a younger player in there, Amanda Dobbin and Katie Hegland, doing a great job replacing her.
Never hurts to give younger players experience that they would be finding, no doubt, quite valuable later on in their careers. And when you're leading 5 points in the bargain, well, why not? Timeout is over. Georgia Hurry back to serve. Or Douglas College. He's on a good run. James keep going. Coming. Outside to Rosenlund. Off the block! Doesn't miss a beat. The Douglas defense is looking massive.
Great serving by Autumn. She's putting them in a tough spot. VIU's getting an okay pass, but not good enough to run an extra offense. So it's going outside to Megan, dying inside a little bit. And Autumn is there with her hands ready to put it right back down.
And a bit of a break there for VIU as Hurry goes long.
Great run.
Having shortened that gap by cutting it in half is an excellent run for any player. 5 uncontested points. And now Wagner will give it right back. And Douglas College can continue.
Again, it kind of seemed there like she rushed her serve. You know, once you get to the end line, you actually have 8 seconds to, you know, do your routine, give a couple bounces, take a breather, and get it in the court. And there's no reason to rush it. It just rushes the game, and it makes it feel more panicked.
Lene Carr checking into the game for Vanya Oliveira. And there's her serve, and it goes long. The attempt to bring in a better serving option backfires for Jeff Ross, and now it's set point VIU. Rosenlund back to serve. 24-19. Set point. Cornell, Kepler. Well defended. Better had some pace behind it. Great block and well dug up by Rosenlund. Back row for Wagner into the net. Douglas College staying alive.
Both teams have very strong outside hitters, and it seems that both teams' game plan is to make sure they have that solid block on the outside, because Juliana's not getting through very much on this side, and neither was Rosenlund when she was in the front row. So both teams ready to block those outside hitters and force the center to put it somewhere different.
Hutt takes that one awkwardly. Kukovic helps it, and it'll be a free ball for Douglas College. Kepler goes outside. Great block! The big blue wall of Nanaimo comes up big again. Cumming and Dobbin stuff it, and that's the second set for VIU.
Excellent adjustment by Cummings on the outside. She noticed the set's a little inside, takes that one more step, adjusts her pinky, drops it a little bit so she's not going to get tooled, and gets that point. A good way to end a set for sure.
And you can see there right when you were talking about that, just that little adjustment as they both go up.
I think you can tell by her celebration too, she probably doesn't get very many blocks, so that was big for her.
Setter gets a block. Good times for her. Good times for her team. VIU are up 2-0. Gold medal is within their grasp. Will they secure it? We'll find out when we come back from a short break. You're watching the 2017 PACWEST Women's Provincial Volleyball Championships on Shaw TV Sports. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the third set. Best of 5 in the women's gold medal game here at the 2017 PACWEST Provincial Volleyball Championships. VIU up 2-0. And while that might seem one-sided, it's been anything but Tamara Rosenlund. It has been Douglas College has been great, especially their net presences. Autumn Davidson and Vanya Oliveira have been fantastic.
Both sides playing exceptionally well, and VIU just coming out on top those first 2 sets.
And with an authoritative start to the third set.
Both teams are intense. I can see in both of their eyes they're ready. This is a game, right? VIU can take it, and Douglas can't let it slip. This is their opportunity to push for 4 sets.
Penner showing that veteran leadership, showing that when they need points, they can bank on their captain to get it. 1-all.
Penner successful again down the line. She had a great line shot in the first or second set, and that's her only second line shot. And again, so she should try and go there if she has the opportunity.
Kepler. Little tip play. They weren't ready for it. And Katie Hagelin manages to sneak one through.
Katie saved that one. The set's a little bit low for her, and she's tall, right? So she's squeaking it over. Douglas should have read that a little bit better. Tough when Andrea puts them in a position.
Kovic
with her serve.
Cornell is there. Oliveira She's done quite well from that left side. If it hasn't been Penner, it's been Oliveira.
I think when they stack her out that way, she's the go-to. They don't run anyone else, they run her, and she's been successful each time.
Almost overbumped there, but they will get called for the net violation. Coming in a little bit too close there.
There it is again, a tight pass, and you're kind of hoping, don't touch the net, and someone gets it. It's really tough to avoid it, especially when you're so excited. You're up there and you're high, you're seeing over top of the block.
Big block, and it stays on the VIU side of the net.
A little bit of tracking issues there. They definitely are getting their block better on that right side, Douglas, in order to stop Wagner. She hasn't had as many chances to hit the ball straight down, and that's going to help them be a little bit more successful stopping Wagner.
3-all, Hegland to serve. Clips the net, stays live. Kepler, Schley. That is a fantastic line drive from Schley.
Oh, that might be their new game plan. Ross might have taken them in and talked to them about that line being open, because Penner and now Schley have just been successful with those line shots. It doesn't even have to be super hard, 100% shot, 75%, and they're still getting it in.
That's exactly what we saw there in the replay. She didn't need to kill it, just needed placement, and she got it on the other side. Rosenlund.
You know, when the other team hits the net on a blocking thing, either the hitter still gets the stat for a kill because they're forcing that error from the other side, whether you get it straight down or they hit the net.
Bumped forward by Cornell. Schley can't keep that one in. It was a bit of an awkward transition. VIU back on top.
Those ones are tough to be successful on, you know, getting the set and it's coming from behind you. Really just have to open up and try and keep those ones in play.
And that one will go long. Good call from Douglas. They took a long look at that serve.
Veteran Penner following the ball calmly to the line. The key is not to duck, because it could hit you on the way out.
And back to serve will be Oliveira. And that will fall. It's an ace.
Yeah, you hoping for the same result on the other side, but not quite. It drops right in at the end.
6-5. Douglas making this third set all kinds of trouble for VIU. VIU, however, equal to the task. We're tied at 6.
Wags really drops the ball down, and you can see Douglas is a little bit on their toes there, playing too far back. They need to kind of move in a little bit more. It's too bad Cornell was really close and just couldn't get a handle on it.
Kayla Wagner, pride of White Rock, graduated from Elgin Park Secondary. Schley looking for that line drive again. Can't quite find it.
Absolutely, you saw her turn, and she would have been successful, I think, if it went in, but that's tough when you're aiming for a line. Your margin for error is so much larger.
Rosenlund to serve. Can't get it over. Going back to those line drives, when you're trying to pick the line there, I can only imagine the pit in your stomach as you're just watching that ball trick closer and closer to the line and hoping it stays in.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, hitters have an option to kind of drop their hand and angle it with their hand shot, or turn their whole body and their whole shoulders.
The middle, great dig by Cornell. Kepler outside, blocked, but they let it fall. Miscommunication there on VIU's side. It was a good block. No one there for the follow-up.
Great dig by Cornell right up to the setter. You know, when you're playing defense, you really want it high and in the middle, but as the defensive specialists are back there, if they can put it right into number 2 position, right in the setter's hands, able to have a quick turnover.
Another great dig by Cornell. Penner blocked. She gets a hand to it, still live. It'll be a free ball. VIU set up, coming outside. Swing and a score for Amanda Dobbin with the right-handed kill.
Douglas is ready. They're in the right position, right? And once you see it going out, that's an easy point for you. Leave it. Dobbin just needs to keep it a little bit less angled. Try and tag that line.
And that one will fall.
You know, as I said in the bronze medal match, the setter dump is my absolute favorite play. Well, she almost wasn't that successful, and actually Kepler tried a dump in the first set and got blocked. So right now, setter's not having a huge offensive presence and just delivering the ball to their hitters.
As long as they can do that core job correctly, I don't think either team will mind. Kepler gets that one up. Penner off speed. Doesn't catch Wagner out. Kankovic, though, does manage to catch all of that. 9-all.
Kankovic always relying on those hands to be there, muscling it through. Wagner was there for the dig right behind the block. I think if Penner has no options, then they're ready for that roll shot and that tip.
Cornell. Kepler goes low. That's a wonderful play, but VIU scrambling does manage to keep it alive. They play it again with more power this time, and it misses the roof by, I want to say, millimeters. It's a free ball for Douglas College. They play it again, and third time's the charm for VIU. They run the same set 3 times, Douglas College, and on the third time, VIU stands up to them.
What an amazing rally! Great block by Hegland. But the favorite part of my favorite part of the rally was the dig by Dobbin in the back row. You know, middles go in and serve and hope to get a dig every once in a while, and she strapped that on and managed to not hit the roof.
Everybody held their breath to see if they'd hear the clang. It never came. Kepler outside, and Oliveira has Douglas College back on level terms.
There we are again. You can see they're pushing the sets out to Penner, and the block's getting a piece on every one of them, and they push it back to Vanya, and she's been successful every time. She's coming in fast and scoring. She had that great line shot down the line, just trying to tag the middle again.
Davidson coming now. Little tip. Clever little tip by Katie Hagelin.
That's a great play, actually. If you notice, the middle just served there, and that's a strategic play. What they do is they run that step around, and I think Shane tells them specifically to tip behind the block, because what's happening is the middle blocker is serving and has to run all the way to her position and won't make it back in time.
This is Shane Hyde you're talking about here, the head coach for VIU. 16 years of running this team, and there are more than a few banners littered around the walls of this gymnasium, thanks to his efforts. Hoping to add another one here. And they'll get another step closer towards that. 12-10 VIU.
Great play by Wagner again. She likes to bury the ball in the middle of the court, and she adjusted her shot there to go a little bit deeper in the corner, and it just caught the defenseman off guard.
And just like that, Douglas College will get their chance to even the score again.
2 missed serves for VIU and momentum swings that kind of just pushes it back to the other side.
Kepler's serve, dug up by Hutt. Coming outside, Wagner with authority.
Over top of that block. I'm not sure how she squeaked it over the middle blocker on Douglas' side, but fast offense ran by Cumming, and she just gets it over and buries it right in the middle of the court.
Picked her seam so nicely there. Cornell, Kepler. Penner can't get it over. She was in the right place, right time, just not able to get everything she wanted on that.
Great set by Kepler. She really pushed it back there to spread it out, and tough plays. It's tough when you're an outside hitter and you're used to hitting all the balls on the outside, and you come and you're hitting them from the right side now. It feels a little backwards almost, so unless your set's nice and tight, you really have to change your angle, and it's tough to be overly successful on those opposite stacks.
Just this little sampling of the highlights from this third set so far. Douglas College call their first timeout, down 11-14 to VIU. VIU up 2-0. VIU takes this set. They will walk out with another gold medal, another provincial championship. So considering that the Douglas College will leave with a silver and that their men's team will be leaving with a bronze, it'll be a fantastic weekend by all accounts for the Douglas College supporters.
Yeah, some great rallies here, and you know, Douglas came out with a bit of fire in this set. The set's nowhere near from over, but VIU is putting the pressure on and showing, you know, you come to our gym and you gotta play better than us if you want this.
You see there some of the power work being done there by Vanya Oliveira. She has been fantastic when called upon. Autumn Davidson has contributed. Juliana Penner, whose name hasn't come up as often, but when needed, she's usually good for it. Back to serve now, Andrea Kankovic. Taken by Cornell. And the block is there. Set up by Cumming. Wagner, great dig by Schley again! Second effort! Wagner didn't even wait, just hammered it back down.
Wagner, their first time, there the second time. What an incredible dig by number 7 on the Douglas side.
Schley with a fantastic bit of reaction time there. Just not able to control it, which again would be incredibly difficult under the best of circumstances. Get a bit fortunate there. Bad serve from VIU. Douglas College down by 3. Chance to claw back. Off the net, it just rolls over. Hutt will bump it up to the outside. Rosenlund over the block, popped up by Kepler. Cornell, Schley, into the wall. You're not going to get past the wall that way. Wagner and Hagelin stuffing it.
You see Cornell come in and step in and take it with her hands. She's great setting hands to set to the outside. Tough when it's on the inside though, and these 2 big blockers are on the outside for VIU, so Schley to get it around that block.
Schley, Kepler short, little touch by Hurry.
Great play by Kepler running that middle. I don't think that the blockers on VIU knew what was coming. That's exactly what they need. She kind of needs to keep it fresh right now because some of their outside hitters aren't having as much success.
When they've needed to use that little tip play, Hurry's been very reliable. They use it sparingly for good reasons. But when they need it, it does well. But speaking of doing well, how about that Michaela Wagner? She's all right.
She's all right. I am enjoying her shot selection. She really isn't just keeping it in one area of the court. She's moving it all around, short and deep.
Their serve. Manages to catch a bad swing there from Penner. And Wagner has opened a 5-point lead. Timeout will be called by Douglas College. That's their last timeout of the set.
The pressure's really on now. VIU is pushing good, and Wagner is playing outstanding.
You can see there a bit of a weird swing there from Penner. Certainly we've wanted a little more control on it. But it all starts with good placement from good service from Wagner.
I feel like I'm in Wagner's mind, and I can see her saying, "Get out of my house, this is my court."
So does that mean the mind of an impartial broadcaster is in Wagner?
Maybe. I'll channel it into Michaela instead of my sister.
Excellent. As we see here, it has been, there it is. There was that one-timer from Wagner.
I think that VIU's lucky right now, too, that Wagner is matched up with Schley. Height difference is to advantage of VIU. I think if she was matched up with Penner, they'd have a little bit of a stronger block on that outside.
There's still time to do that. Cornell and Kepler have been starting well to get the offense going for Douglas College. They just aren't getting that finishing. And what was a great defense for them in the first couple sets has really started to wilt here as Wagner's been heating up.
I think too, you know, Douglas, their passing hasn't been the greatest, but they really should capitalize on number 6, sending the ball to number 6, maybe keeping it away from the outside, and if it's going outside, trying to get those line shots, which were successful earlier on in the match.
Well, there she is. And she almost gets it, does Oliveira. But fine dig out there. Shorts. Popped up by Cumming. Rosenlund. There is Penner. Kepler. Back row for Penner. Wagner is there. Still live. Rosenlund. Penner again. Needs some help. Schley keeps it in. Back row. Over the block. And Penner gets it to fall.
Penner, lots of action in that rally. He's hitting back row. She's got 2 digs. She's definitely keeping the ball alive and being a leader out there.
That's what you want from your 5th-year players. Someone who can grab the game by the scruff of the neck and say, all right, we're doing this right now. And if you saw the men's bronze medal game, you know that Douglas College is capable of some pretty impressive comebacks. If she could engineer one here, it would be something to remember. They're already on their way. They've cut the gap to 3.
Tough serve there. Puts VIU in a tough spot. Can't recover the pass.
Lina Carr. Lina Carr, a third-year player from Nelson. Coming to the outside. Rosenlund off the block.
There we go, number 4 needed that. I don't think she had very many kills this game, and kind of channeling what Andrea is doing up in the front row and using those hands and just trying to hit off of them.
Rosenlund to serve. Popped up, blocked at the net. Bit of an overbump there.
Great serve, the deep serves are putting both teams into under pressure. You know, you're really trying to force the ball up to the net, and once it gets too tight, it's kind of anyone's ball up there.
Schley blocked at the net. Corneal puts it over to Schley again. Beats the block this time. Coming to the outside. Vukovic is blocked. Coming again. Hutt to Wagner, getting a piece of it. They all scramble to help. They'll get a second hit. And that was a Herculean effort to get back.
Yeah, great touches from both sides. You know, Wagner's ready. She's ready there. And I don't even know, you know, it didn't even seem like the hardest hit, but it's almost like she's in their head a little bit. Douglas just got to do a little bit more to keep that ball in the center.
And again, I want to give a credit to Carr there. Linnea Carr absolutely sprinted her heart out to get to that one and even got a touch on it in the end. Not enough to keep the rally alive, though. Davidson dug up. Wagner, back row for Rosenlund. Penner is there. Schley, what a dig from the back row by Kukovic, and another from Hutt. Dump. Brought up again by Wagner and Hutt. Back row for Rosenlund. Corneal is there. Mitro. Coming. Kukovic popped up and back. Kukovic for power. What a rally. The defensive work there by VIU was incredible. Wagner, Hutt.
The defense, you know, I'm not going to lie, you don't see that very much from a VIU team. Sometimes they lack on defense, and that was full heart from each player.
Mitro, having checked in as the new setter, sets up Penner.
Great shot by Penner in that corner. She's going to get a lot of points when she aims for those corners, and you know, they're relying on her to be that offensive weapon from the back row.
Both the setters for Douglas College are first-year players. But that's a lovely-looking ace.
Again, landing on that line and getting that ace.
Picking her target well there is Vicky Schley.
I think Douglas is set up in a good rotation right now. They have Julianne in the front row, a tall front row presence.
And a bit of an overbump there, and instantly and definitively punished by Autumn Davidson.
Wow, she hit that straight down, and unfortunately just a little bit out. From this angle, to be honest, it looked in.
From this angle, I thought that was clearly in. Apparently the judges, who have a better eyesight than I do, overruled that. And back to serve with Shelby Dorman-Banks checking into this set. Dorman-Banks puts it over. Right at Carr. Corneal gets it up. Penner can't keep it in. 24-17 VIU on some outstanding offense and defense from Michaela Wagner. Have opened up a 7-point lead, and it is match point, gold medal point. Serve Shelby Dorman-Banks.
Shelby's done a great job coming in off the bench and delivering these serves at a crucial point in the match.
Penner off the block. Still alive. Good job by Corneal. Davidson blocked again! And that's the medal-winning block. VIU will add another provincial championship banner to their collection. The Mariners win gold on their home court.
Wow, no mercy there from the Mariners at all. They were rock solid from start to finish. I think defense and blocking was a huge factor in this match. Hard serving. What an incredible feeling to win in your home gym.
And on a really trademark play there from Katie Hagelin, she was nearly unbeatable up front there. Between her, Amanda Dobbin, and Chantal Cumming even contributing with a few blocks here and there, there was usually a solid wall there to shut down the Douglas attack, especially in that third set. Though again, I think we would be remiss to not highlight a standout third set from Michaela Wagner. Absolutely phenomenal work.
Absolutely. She was guns a-blazing today, offensively and defensively, which is something sometimes you don't see as from a right side. She played great.
Juliana Penner, her 5th and final year, will leave with silver, as will Taylor Bain for Douglas College.
What an amazing win, too. This secures a spot at Nationals, and you never know kind of what happens in other conferences across the country, but this might put VIU in the first place spot going into Nationals. It's a great spot to be in. They'll see Camosun there. You know, Camosun didn't have the best luck at this tournament, but you know, who knows how they'll do. They have 2 more weeks, and then they're headed to Nationals in Victoria.
And on VIU's side, the other Rosenlund joins us very briefly in her 5th and final year. She will take a gold medal home with her. And not a bad performance at all. The medal presentations will be coming up just shortly.
Both the bronze medal and the gold medal was in 3 today, but a really exciting match. It wasn't like it was, you know, kind of a blowout. Really good rallies, some really good stuff from individual players on both sides this afternoon and this evening.
Yeah, Douglas College certainly no pushovers here, putting up an excellent fight. We saw that they were capable of playing some absolutely devastating blocks. Autumn Davidson in particular really running the middle of the court there for Douglas College.
Probably my favorite play was one of Georgia Hurry's 51s, and she absolutely buried it on the attack line. She's saying, you know, don't mess with me, I'm here.
It's one of those things where it's a lovely weapon to have in the toolkit, but you don't want to overuse it lest it become predictable.
Yeah.
And when they used it, it worked. It worked very well. Georgia Hurry was not to be denied when she got her chances.
Tough. You don't see very many 6'2" players out in the college league. A lot of those tall players move on to CIS. That's a little bit of the difference between the 2 leagues, and a huge weapon for Douglas to have in that game. She had some great kills and some really good block touches.
Well, they'll get her for 2 more years. She is a 3rd-year player. On the other side, though, the Mariners, they've got to be very happy with the way this team's been performing. As you said, they're getting ready to go to Nationals after this. And Hagelin gets player of the match.
You know, she played great, and middles sometimes you don't notice the good things they do, but when they're in the right position at the right time, those block touches she got were so crucial for their team in order to set up their defense.
She did chip in with a few points here and there, but she was an absolute rock on defense for VIU. And the Royals will receive their well-earned silver medals. Great tournament overall for Douglas College. As a whole, the men bring home bronze, the women bring home silver. They'll be happy with that haul.
Some hardware to bring back to their college and their athletic program. There's no doubt that they'll be very strong next year, especially with Jeff Ross winning Coach of the Year and getting the silver medal. It helps to recruit athletes for the upcoming years. And if they have some of these players sticking around, they'll lose Juliana, but there'll always be someone there ready to take that spot.
Yeah, of the players they have behind them, they don't have any immediate worries or players aging out of the program. Vicky Schley is a 3rd year. Linnea Carr is a 3rd year. And Georgia Hurry's a 3rd year. So they've got 2 more years with that. Time to bring in the next generation and challenge maybe for gold the next time around.
Absolutely.
Claudia Corneal getting her medal now. Maybe it's because it was the position I played, but I'm a sucker for a good libero, and she had a fantastic game.
Absolutely. you know, they're kind of the unsung heroes a little bit. They have no glory. They don't win points. They don't get to serve. But without a strong defensive leader, it really makes a difference in the back row, especially on serve receive. You know, that kind of dictates the rest of your game, your good passes. And she was doing it all back there and trying to. She's got a couple years left on her though, so no doubt she'll be back here next year.
Absolutely. Second-year player, only a second-year player. Lord Tweedsmuir secondary graduate out of Surrey. Douglas College will be happy to have her going forward for the next 3 years. She stays with the program. Douglas College Royals, your silver medalists for 2017.
I wonder if this is any foreshadowing for the men's game coming up after this. VIU is playing Camosun, obviously a different team on the other side, but it would be nice for VIU to win that in 3-2.
Wouldn't that be great? An island rivalry to close out our broadcast schedule tonight is, you can't really draw it up any better than that.
No, absolutely. Fans can come out from all over the island to come watch. It should be a very exciting game. And I think on the men's side, you know, Nationals, their berth is somewhere else, so both those teams are going to Nationals. So, you know, they'll have a great match tonight. They just played last week in their final home game, and they might meet up again at Nationals, who knows.
Amanda Dobbin getting her medal there. Chantal Cumming, great work running the offense today, Chantal Cumming. Knew what she wanted to do, knew who she wanted to bring in, and when she found targets that could work with her, I'm thinking specifically of the likes of Wagner, of Kinkovich, they repaid her faith.
Yeah, Chantal played a great game, and you can kind of tell, you know, she's not doing fancy stuff. She's just delivering simple, well-executed volleyball and allowing her hitters to hit around the block. You know, she's setting them up in a good light, and I think, you know, not a lot of action from the power hitter side. Andrea had some really great tools, but a lot of the ball is going back to Wagner during the game, and running some of those middle plays was definitely a key to their success today.
Shane Hyde there in the foreground, now receiving his hug and I assume medal. Another one for his collection.
Funny enough, actually, in 2008 was the last time VIU hosted. It was actually still called Malaspina University College. That was my first year I played, and we won the medal. And now here, 9 years later, VIU, formerly Malaspina, taking the medal. It's pretty special.
A special night for everyone here. A special night for the VIU Mariners, winning in straight sets over the Douglas College Royals in the gold medal match of the 2017 PACWEST Women's Provincial Volleyball Championships. For Tamara Rosenlund, my name is Roturo. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We will see you later tonight for our final match, the men's gold medal match.